Hi everyone, welcome to week 30 of a grid design every week. This week, as promised, we're going to do another clamshell variation design. There's so many clamshell designs, so I want to do one every 10th episode of our free tutorial. So this week we're going to do one that I call flower basket, and it's really fun. So come on over to the machine and I'll get started showing you how to do this one. Alright, so we're going to work on this 1/2-inch horizontal vertical grid, and if you'll recall, clamshells take up 2 grid spaces. So instead of just one little grid, they actually occupy 2. So that's why we normally do them on a smaller grid, because it's going to be twice as large as you think. So clamshells, normally we start from the bottom and work up to the top because they build upon each other. But this one, we actually quilt it upside down. So I'm going to start up in this little area here, and we're going to quilt our clamshells upside down so they look like a hanging flower basket. I'm going to start right here. All right. Hopefully you can see this green thread. It's kind of a chartreuse colored green. It may not show up very well here, but when I get done on the back, it'll be nice. So we're going to quilt. Remember, our clamshell is going to be a semicircle. But when I get to this point here, I'm going to add some little flower leaves. So let's just get started. Let's see what's going on there. All right. So we go down here with this arc. When you get to the bottom, you're going to I add 3 little leaves. And now we're back here, and we're going to finish off the other half of our semicircle. So you can see that looks sort of like a hanging flower basket. All right, now we're just going to do another one. When you get to the middle, you add your 3 little leaves. Remember, whenever we're adding something in our clamshells, we want them to be big enough so that you can see them and appreciate your work. Do one more here. If your quilting's too little, nobody can see what you're doing. It sort of gets lost. Alright, so now we're just going to travel down to the next row. Now this is going to be a half of a clamshell. So I'm actually going to add a leaf right here and then finish up here. Now we want to go right up. This is why I like this open toe foot. We can see our intersections really well. We're going right up to that point. All right, now our next clamshell. This can actually be done, I'm doing these clamshells upside down. But you can do it the other way too. It just doesn't look like a hanging flower basket then. It looks like something else, but it's very pretty. But when you quilt the clamshells upside down, it looks like a hanging flower basket. So always remember, on your half clamshells, you want to make the design look like it's falling off the edge. So you have to do a partial, like 1 leaf or whatever your design is. I did this design, I had that article come out in the last issue of Machine Quilting Unlimited, and it was called Clamshell Extravaganza, and I did 12 different clamshell designs on one quilt. And the quilt I did on black fabric, and I did this hanging flower basket with red or like a scarlet colored thread, and it looked really pretty. And I'm actually going to start teaching that class, Clamshell Extravaganza, because it's just too much fun. Got to share it with people. Alright, we're getting down. I think I'll do one more row. So as always, when you're doing your grid designs, just do the best you can. You're not going to be perfect, but if you take your time and strive for accuracy, your grid designs will come out beautifully. Alright. Let's take that out and look at it. So there it is on the front. Of course, our grid lines are distracting. So we will cut our threads and look at the back. Alright, let's have a look. Alright, there it is. So, isn't that beautiful? I love it. It's fun, and it just throws a different twist on the clamshell. Instead of having them go up, these are actually hanging, and they look beautiful. So, there's our little flower basket clamshell design. Alrighty, hope you enjoyed that one. It was fun. You're going to have to wait till week 40, 10 more weeks until we do another clamshell design. But they're fun and beautiful, and just practice them, enjoy them, and they go in lots of places. And they also look beautiful on patchwork. So not just on solid fabric, you can try them on patchwork. So join me next week for another grid-based quilting design. And don't forget to check out my website, quintessentialquilting.com. And in case you're interested, our cameraman here is going to pan over to my newest quilt. I'm just adding some crystals to it right now, a few more, and it's almost done. So hopefully you're going to see that in a few quilt shows coming up. All right, take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.